What's up, y'all? Welcome back. If you're new here, welcome to another video. Let's just get to work on the Evo today. We got lots of work to do. I have a general idea of how far I want to get today and stuff I want to get off the car, so let's just see how far we can get on it. All right, it feels good to be back out here. We got pretty sick a week or so ago, but we're all good now. So I've been letting these bolts soak on this manifold and O2 housing and all that stuff. They've been soaking for quite a while. I've been coming out and respraying them with some PB Blast to get them a little bit looser, hopefully. And so yeah, let's work on getting the O2 housing off first. We'll get that separated from the turbo, and then we'll work on getting the turbo off. All right, we got all of the hardware off of there. Nuts and bolts were super rusty and corroded. There is one more that I can't really show you. It's like on the back here, close to the motor. Can't get to that one just yet, so we'll have to remove everything. So I'm glad I got those off in the front here so I can have the leverage while it's still on the car, but hopefully the one in the back doesn't give me any issues. But I gotta drain the oil next to get the turbo off. I can't start the car, so I can't get the oil warm and all that stuff, so we're just going to drain it as it is, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, let's drain the oil next, and then we'll pick up where we left off here, get the turbo off of there, and we should be okay. Okay, finally got all the oil drained. I decided to drop the car down, put the wheels on, drop the car down. We set it on one of my little race ramp stands. We kind of crushed that, so that's super cool. But aside from that, we got it on the ground, we got the oil drained, we got the front end jacked up a little bit higher. Because this pan has the drain plug kind of like not on the bottom, so jacked it up as far as I could, and I got all the oil out. So there was one more bolt on the back of the housing here that I was talking about. We have that soaking in PB Blast. I tried to get to that and it was not even coming close to budging, so we are waiting on that to soak. So while that's happening, I actually sold this thing, so we need to get rid of this SparkTech deal here. So I'm gonna pop that off real quick and get this thing taped up with the holes and get this thing out to the guy that bought it. Alrighty, got that out. Now, I don't know if it's necessary or I need to cover those holes up, but I felt like I should, so I did. That's good, got that off now. So, I'm gonna spray this thing again, and hopefully we'll get this thing off of here. That would be fantastic, actually. All right, got that bolt off as you saw, but there is still, I may have lied earlier, I think I said one, but there's actually two. The one that I couldn't get earlier closest to the motor, that's still back there. That one right there was at the bottom. There's like a bracket there that it mounts to, I guess. But yeah, gotta get this whole thing off to get to that one in the back. So next up, I'm gonna take off the wastegate and we'll get that off of there. It should just come off with this bracket and this thing here. So let's do that, and then we will keep moving forward. Doink. Too big. Good grief. I'm not sure if you saw that like corrosion dust that came out of there, but God. Probably see it falling out of there now. That's insane. Good grief. Gross. All right, so you should come right off. Ouch. Alrighty, as you can tell, super rusty, corroded, gross. We're gonna probably end up getting a new one of these. The guy said that he would clean it up and all that stuff, but I don't think I'm gonna bother. I'm just gonna say give me a new one and call it good, because this thing is pretty disgusting. All right, next up, lines. Let's try to get those off of there. All right, I had to stop for a second. I cannot believe like this hose was like so dry rotted that it ripped, and all of the rust and corrosion on this hard line here. I just can't believe that the shop that put this thing back in, I don't know, didn't mention that, or like, hey, you know, we got some pretty shitty hoses here, or some like pretty terrible hard lines. You want to try to replace those, or what? But yeah, that just blows my mind. Anyway, carrying on. Okay, good grief. We got that out of there. I had to wiggle it around because I didn't want to take off the manifold just yet. And so I had to get it past this bracket here and do some maneuvering and all that stuff. We got some coolant everywhere down there, all over this stuff here. So I'll get that cleaned up, not a really big deal. But we got the old FP Black off the car. I mean, look at this sealant they put on there. I'm not sure what that is exactly. I've never seen the orange, but good grief. I feel like that's just unnecessary and excessive, but that's just me. I don't have a clue. It might be just the right amount, who knows? But yeah, we're gonna get this thing sent off and get it rebuilt, redone, and it'll come back looking nice and new. So now, can I get this O2 housing off of this rusty hunk of junk here? Let's cross our fingers and hope we can do that. All right, that actually came off much easier than anticipated, although I did soak it pretty good in the PB Blast. But okay. This thing has been drained as far as I know how to do it, and just gotta box it up now and get it ready to ship out. So that was a lot of work, a lot more than I thought it was gonna be, but yeah, first time removing a turbo, not too shabby. You know, I'm looking at that big hole in the engine bay now, and I'm like, you know, for some, probably simple, you know, routine stuff. For me, not so much. I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's either going to be better or I'm going to learn some really important lessons when it's all back together. So crossing our fingers for the future. Also, I totally forgot about daylight savings time. So it is now super dark. So we had to close the door. So it's going to be a little bit tight working here, but let's see what we can get into next. All right, so I'm just looking around in the bay here, and the wiring and the harnesses and all that stuff in here, how they're routed and stuff is just mind-boggling. I just feel like they were just tossed in there, hope for the best, and go from there. So I'm gonna go through real quick, see what I need to like do here to like reroute some things, fix some things, replace some things, because these vacuum lines and stuff like that have obviously been dry rotted throughout the engine bay here. So I kind of want to take care of all that while I'm doing this. So yeah, let me go through real quick and see what we can find. For example, coming off of the Duffy box here for the gauges, excuse me, this line here goes under this harness to the T. It goes through here, fine. Goes around the dipstick. Like this, like this couldn't have been any better.
A few moments later.
Okay, so it's been honestly about 45 minutes. I just been kind of going through, unplugging things, labeling things, researching, looking for things, seeing what I want to do here. And I've got a pretty good idea. We got all the cables up here out of the way. They're all over here now. We got all that stuff unplugged and kind of flopped over, so we got more space in here to work now. And yeah, do what we're gonna do here. Now, there are, like I said, a lot of hoses that I'm gonna have to replace or want to replace due to the dry rot issues we've been seeing. So I'm gonna get all those situated. And I have decided in this process that I am 99% sure going to remove the ACD pump and all that stuff. I need to do a little bit more research on that to see if I can just unhook it and see if that will be okay until later on I can get a non-ACD transfer case and I can just run it that way without that pump on there, because honestly it looks like trash and I'm not sure how to fix that. I'm not sure how to restore that. I'm not sure what to do with that. If I can take it off and I can run it without it, maybe I'll dig into it and see if I can fix that. And you know, if I mess it up, I mess it up, because I'm not going to put it on the car anyway. So I can give it a whirl. Maybe we'll think about that. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna end this one off here. We got a lot of work done, I think. I have to box that turbo up, get it sent off. I have some other things I have to box up and get sent off as well. So yeah, next time we'll get the front of the car up in the air a little bit farther, get the wheels off, get all that stuff out from under the fender wheels so we can begin that process of the sanding, grinding, coating, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, moving right along. I'm excited, a little bit anxious, but we're getting there. It's getting more and more clear in my head as to what I'm doing here and where I'm gonna go with it. So that's cool. So thanks for watching. I do appreciate it very much. As always, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the process, the progress. If you have any questions, drop those down there as well. Be glad to help much as I can, chat, whatever. And I'll see you next time. Bye.